The Paris Police Department is shorthanded after several officers were suspended. We'll explain why coming up.
3 university presidents from across the Commonwealth say they have a plan to help the state's doctor shortage.
Firefighters are still putting out hot spots today from a fire that destroyed 3 businesses in eastern Kentucky.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. 6 officers, including 3 lieutenants with the Paris Police Department, have been suspended without pay over what their chief says was conduct unbecoming of an officer.
One of those 6 officers has since resigned. The other 5 intend to fight those charges in a hearing on Monday. Hillary Thornton has more from Paris in our top story at 5:30.
They all received a letter like this one informing them of numerous disciplinary charges. Charges attorneys for the officers say stem from allegations of, quote, hanging out too much in the dispatch center.
Dispatch is right next door to headquarters. It's all part of the same police station, which is where these officers have to go to file their reports.
Officers that are all now suspended without pay.
Decorated police officers, not just from Paris, but from other agencies. These are career law enforcement officials.
Each serving the public for no less than 5 years, with some going on 20 years of service. Attorneys say in December, the entire department did receive a memo asking officers to cut back on time spent in dispatch.
They stopped, and the records show that.
Now, I did speak with the city attorney for Paris. He says that under a state statute, anytime a disciplinary action is filed against a law enforcement official, the city is not allowed to comment. He also added that there are certain procedures that must be followed. Part of those procedures, a public hearing before the city commission scheduled for Monday morning.
Something that these gentlemen are entitled to, something that they're looking forward to.
A hearing they hope will get these officers back out on the streets.
This job that they do because they enjoy it. It's a calling, but they rely on the salary that they get, and so do their families. And this has been extremely difficult.
The public's second guessing everything they do. You never imagine at their home when it's attacking the way they're being attacked right now.
In Paris, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Because of the state statute, the police chief and mayor are not allowed to comment at this time.
Firefighters were back out at the scene of a large fire in eastern Kentucky today. The fire broke out last night at the Trade Mart Shopping Center in Frenchburg. It destroyed 2 other businesses on Main Street. Firefighters from 3 counties battled the flames for hours last night, and they're still battling hot spots today. Sam Cornett owned a military surplus store that was also destroyed. He talked about what the Trade Mart meant to that community.
And this place had a lot of traffic. The good people here, you know what I mean? There's a small place, tight community. People talk, you know what I mean? I just seen them come in there and talk as buy anything, but it's just neat.
Firefighters are investigating whether the fire began as an electrical fire. So far, the state fire marshal's office has yet to determine a cause.
A woman accused of hiding her boyfriend's body in a freezer pled not guilty. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Pulaski County. Teresa Owens faces 7 counts, including abuse of a corpse, evidence tampering, and theft. Authorities found the body of Gary Jenks in a freezer at the couple's home in September. According to the Commonwealth Journal, Owens pled not guilty to all charges. A judge declined to reduce her bond because of the uniqueness of the case. Owens is due back in court March 17th. A Hardin County woman has escaped from a western Kentucky prison. Kentucky State Police say 40-year-old Lustia Shreves was reported missing from the Western Kentucky Correctional Complex last night. Police say Shreves may be traveling in a maroon 1997 Ford F-150, which was reported stolen from a home near the prison around the time she was reported missing. And in Montgomery County, a car crashed into a gas station this morning. It happened about 7:30 when police say the vehicle's brakes failed, causing it to crash into a Shell station in Camargo. A window was broken in that crash. The driver was not hurt. An employee tells us that they estimate the damage will cost about $1,000 in repairs.
Hope you're enjoying today outside. We finally have a break from that cold weather here in Kentucky. Temperatures in the mid-40s and warmer air is on the way. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey joins us with an early look at that forecast. I love it, Chris.
Yeah, it's a good-looking forecast and coinciding with the weekend, which makes it even prettier to look at over the next few days. Speaking of looking, let's take a little look outside. Frankfurt 46, London 50. Look at the Mountain Parkway. It's still snowy on the shoulder of the road there. 45, Lexington. Beautiful sky that is out there with a little bit of high ice crystal clouds coming into play. Notice how much warmer we are across western Kentucky than the northeastern part of the state. Bowling Green 40 or 57, 40 right now into Maysville. So we've got even warmer air into western Kentucky. So it's a 20-degree temperature swing from northeast to southwest. Out and about tomorrow morning, temperatures start to climb very quickly. Noon already mid-50s by tomorrow afternoon. Many areas we'll see 60 degrees or a little better. Making those Friday evening plans, let's help you out. Temperature at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, 50 to 55. Notice how the numbers kind of put the brakes on. By 11 tomorrow night, most areas are still 50 to 55 degrees with a partly cloudy sky. Now, the milder air coming into town the next few days being pushed by a big blast of wind. Tomorrow, winds may crank greater than 40 miles per hour. We will track that with a new hour-by-hour wind gust forecast when I come back in a few.
University of Kentucky President Eli Capilouto says the state does not have enough doctors.
But UK, Western Kentucky University, and Morehead State University say they have a plan to help fix that. At a news conference in Lexington today, they announced that plan. WKYT's Garrett Weimer has details on a story that's new at 5:30.
President Eli Capilouto says UK's College of Medicine can help fill a hole across the state left by a lack of doctors.
Through our partnership, we can do more and be more than is ever possible alone.
As part of their plan, UK, Western Kentucky, and Morehead State will work together to help, especially in rural areas.
The importance of this is that we know that if students are educated in rural communities in medicine, they're far more likely to return to a rural community to practice.
UK plans to launch a satellite program in Bowling Green and expand an existing program in Morehead. UK says the College of Medicine has a lot of people applying, but they just can't expand without their partners in Western and Eastern Kentucky.
All this coming together makes this possible because we've been gridlocked here in Lexington. We can't train any more students than we can here in Lexington.
Administrators say they expect a 30% boost in class size thanks to the satellite locations.
It strengthens our ability as colleges and universities to better serve Kentucky. And it is important as a next step that we take together to make our state a healthier place.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
UK says they hope to start the new program in 2 years.
The president of the University of Louisville today announced he has no plans to retire anytime soon. According to the Courier-Journal, President James Ramsey said that while he has thought about retiring, he plans to stay on as U of L's president until his contract expires in 2020. Rumors of Ramsey's retirement broke after reports he had met privately last weekend with university trustees at his home. Today, Ramsey blasted the reports as a, quote, blatant lie.
A new ruling from Kentucky's Supreme Court brings a major change to the state's judicial elections. According to the ruling, it is now permissible for judicial candidates to identify themselves with a political party. Candidates can now say if they are Democrats or Republicans, but there are some restrictions on what they can say. For example, they cannot claim to be the official candidate for their party. And the ruling stems from a lawsuit against the state's strict conditions on campaigning in nonpartisan judicial elections.
Governor Bevin has announced that flags will be flown at half-staff beginning tomorrow and continuing through sunset on Saturday in honor of the late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. Tomorrow, Scalia's body will lie in repose at the Supreme Court, while his funeral will be held Saturday at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. Kentucky is experiencing another week of widespread flu activity. 63 cases have been confirmed this week. That brings the total to 169 reported cases for the season. The Centers for Disease Control say the single best way to prevent seasonal flu is to get vaccinated every year.
Police officers often have a partner with them that is also putting its life on the line. Tonight, our Good Question is about police dogs and their safety. A WKYT viewer says, after losing 2 of our wonderful canine police dogs while in the line of duty, I was wondering, has a bulletproof vest ever been invented for police dogs? I know they may not protect a dog completely, but it would greatly increase their chances of survival in dangerous situations. Well, here's a picture of Officer Henry Hicks and his canine, Garrick. Garrick, if you look closely there, is wearing a vest. Lexington Police Officer Chad Karsner says that every dog in the Lexington Police Department K-9 unit has a vest to work and train with. The dog's vests are very similar to the ones that human beings wear, and the vests are also rated against edged weapons like knives. And he says we use these vests on the dogs in any tracking or building search deployment where we know that the suspect could be armed. The vests are a tool that we as handlers and police officers can give the dogs to help protect them and better serve and protect the community. The vests give the dog a fighting chance at survival in extremely dangerous encounters, he says. So a K-9 vest is not cheap. It costs about $830 a piece. The Lexington Police Department has a few vests that were donated over the years by very generous individuals and community organizations. To submit a good question, send an email to goodquestion@WKYT.com.
The Breeders' Cup was a major tourism boost to Lexington. We'll give you the numbers in about 5 minutes.
I'm Bill Bryant. The great divide over whether President Obama should nominate someone to the Supreme Court. Kentucky higher education leaders talk about consequences if budget cuts go through. The bottom line is ahead.
For all your hearth and grill needs, shop barnhillchimney.com.
The treasure folks are loving is the ocean's greatest haul. McDonald's Filet-O-Fish, the most golden of them all.
Right now, get 2 flaky Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $5.
Change is taking root in Frankfort. We need a voice that'll be heard. Daniel Elliott is the conservative for Boyle and Casey counties. Dedicated to protect our God-given freedoms from Obama liberals, Daniel will ensure government is held accountable and our Kentucky values are protected. Daniel Elliott will fight government overreach that's crippled our economy. We need a strong voice. On Tuesday, March 8th, vote Daniel Elliott for state representative.
Did your family set a goal to become healthier in the new year? One family did and lost 300 pounds at Ageless. Bruce lost 92 pounds, Adam lost 64 pounds, and Catherine lost 151 pounds. For a medically supervised, affordable weight loss solution, call Ageless today for a free consultation.
Where can you satisfy your craving for a delicious 100% Alaskan cod meal? Right here at Long John Silver's. Enjoy our tasty 2-piece hand-battered Alaskan cod basket, hand-dipped in our classic batter, now for just $5.99. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
They say life gets better the older you get, and time becomes more valuable. Time to spend with family, time to try new things, time to have fun. At Kroger, you can have your prescriptions filled while you shop. So it's easy to save money and time with your Kroger pharmacy. And you can get back to the things you love.
Be heart smart. Your Kroger pharmacist can help you understand your heart health numbers, your medications, and so much more. See your Kroger pharmacist today.
You do things to me I can't explain. You make me behave.
If you won Kentucky's Lucky for Life and got $1,000 a day in the mail for the rest of your life, you'd love your mailbox too.
These gray skies, you could shake them up, we could
Wake up with a hot McCafe coffee starting at only $1.
The political fight over the successor to Justice Antonin Scalia is heating up.
And proposed budget cuts to higher education in Kentucky is getting strong pushback. Bill Bryant has more in today's Bottom Line.
Good evening. A poll out today shows Americans are sharply divided over whether President Obama should appoint a Supreme Court justice to replace the late Antonin Scalia. It's a story with a strong Kentucky connection because it was Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell who, hours after Scalia's death, said the president should not make an appointment, and if he does, McConnell indicates the Senate Republicans won't act on it. A CBS News poll finds 47% of Americans want President Obama to go ahead and appoint appoint a new justice, but 46% think it should wait 11 months for the next president to make the choice. And that's in line with another national poll that also showed a razor-thin difference on the issue today. In Frankfort, the president of the Kentucky System of Community Colleges told lawmakers that if cuts proposed by the governor go through, tuition will be raised for students. Dr. James Box was one of several college and university presidents who testified at the Capitol today. Governor Bevin is seeking cuts to higher education and several other areas of state government because he wants to shift money to state pension funds that are way short. University officials are commending the governor for continuing a dialogue about their needs. Senator Rand Paul focusing mainly on health care and the economy during his town hall meetings that will continue tomorrow and Saturday. Paul, a Republican who is seeking re-election this year, is holding official town hall meetings. He'll be in Bardstown, Lawrenceburg, and Nicholasville tomorrow, and Lexington, Danville, and Elizabethtown on Saturday. The Kentucky Senate Education Committee delayed a vote today on a bill that would forbid public schools from starting before the Monday closest to August 26th. The Save Our Summers movement is getting resistance from some who say an earlier start allows schools to build in some snow days. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
The Breeders' Cup helped boost tourism in Lexington last year. In fact, it saw a double-digit boost. Keeneland hosted the two-day racing event for the first time in October. Hotel room revenue jumped 11%. There were also double-digit increases in hotel rooms booked through convention sales.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Beautiful weather across the area today. Anything that had some sunshine with it was going to qualify as beautiful weather in my book. I mean, we haven't seen the sun around here for more than a little peak or two for better than a week. Absolutely nuts with the winter weather over the past few weeks. I like this temperature map. We look at the past 24 hours and we are 10 degrees warmer Lexington and a whole lot warmer across southern and western parts of the area. 45 Lexington, only 40 though Maysville, 57 Bowling Green. What you see out there is what's going to be around here as we go through the next few days. Your Defender Radar Network, it's calm, it's quiet, a little bit of ice crystal cloud cover screaming on into town ahead of some very gusty winds. Those winds right on cue arriving tomorrow. We've set you up for that for the past several days. Gusts could be greater than 40 miles per hour, so it's a wind advisory into parts of central Kentucky. Hey, did someone say winds? Let's check out the wind gust forecast. Through tonight and tomorrow morning, when you're up and at them early, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, yes, those winds are going to be howling. Nothing, though, compared to noon. Check out the gusts tomorrow around noon. 40-plus eastern Kentucky. We've got some of the models showing 50-plus mile-per-hour winds for at least a time middle of the day tomorrow. Those winds will die down all the way to 35 to 40 miles per hour coming up for those Friday evening plans. So tomorrow on the three-day threat track, moderate category because of the gusty winds. Saturday, a shower chance, but afternoon 60 to 65 degrees. A lot of rain coming up, though, for Sunday afternoon. Gusty showers will be around, so if you're trying to pick the best day of the weekend, no doubt about it, it's going to be Saturday. We go through tonight. Watch the numbers actually begin to climb. Look at the hour-by-hour forecast. 36 at 11 o'clock. First thing tomorrow morning, hey, it's warmer when you wake up than what we go to bed with. And the winds are going to crank up tomorrow as well. 56 by noon, 40-plus mile-per-hour winds Lexington. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, quitting time, hello weekend, 60 degrees or better. Friday evening out on the town. No complaints. Sky condition looks to be in pretty good shape. And again, one little shower or two possible early Saturday. By Saturday afternoon, cue the 60s. 60 to 65. It's a March weekend at its absolute finest, coming a little early this year. Just pay no attention to the forecast. After Sunday, we'll focus on the good stuff. That includes the weekend with those temperatures that will hit the 60s. Could be a rainy end, though, on Sunday.
All right. All in all, pretty good.
It's really good considering where we've been.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Live look at Lexington rush hour traffic this afternoon. Now, it looks like most of our collisions have been cleared. We're still working one downtown that's causing some issues, especially with game time close there. That's inbound on High Street right near Rupp Arena. We have a lane blocked, and you can see the slow traffic all around Rupp and downtown right now as a result of that crash and, of course, the game. Now, as far as 75 north and southbound is concerned, we cleared the problem on the southern split, and our drive times seem to be okay on the interstate at least. To Nicholasville, too, 16 minutes, Georgetown 16, to Winchester about 23. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks so much. Let's head back to Rob at Rupp, where the Cats are getting ready to play Tennessee.
It is the Cats and the Vols here tonight, and the UK women's team will be in action on the road. We'll hear from Matthew Mitchell, and Cal talks about Jamal Murray. You know, with Tyler Eulis doing what he's doing, is Jamal taking a back seat? That's next in Sports from Rupp.
Tonight, TV's most fearless comedy
Let's play a different game. So we're not going to play pin the hose on the fireman?
is about to leave you
Who's this?
breathless.
No, that can't be.
A Mom episode you can't miss.
I don't think I can hold it together.
Then the wait is over. Two Broke Girls moves to its new night.
Hi! Are you kidding? I love waiting.
A new Two Broke Girls on its new night. Right after a new Mom. CBS tonight.
When I'm lucky enough to meet you out in public, the question I'm most often asked is, what is Emma up to? So let me tell you. As usual, she stays busy investigating accident scenes, sniffing out evidence, and solving cases. But recently, she became a big sister. Meet Molly. Emma loves Molly. She doesn't know if she's her kid's sister or daughter. Unfortunately, she sometimes thinks she's the baby. When you write Emma, she'll write you back. Morgan & Morgan, for our dogs.
My name is Bob DeArmond. I've had irregular heartbeat since 2007.
In 2013, Bob took part in a clinical research trial where a cardiac ablation procedure corrected his atrial fibrillation or irregular heartbeat. As the nation's first hospital to receive AFib accreditation, our specialists help patients like Bob live healthier lives.
I feel very, very blessed, and I lead a normal, active life.
Value City Furniture presents how to know when it's time. First, look for a sign that it's time to buy new furniture. Any sign? At all. Then, follow the signs to the President's Day sale at Value City Furniture. Hurry in for savings as good as a tax break, plus free delivery, or enjoy 36 months, no interest financing.
Perfect.
And that's how to buy the perfect piece at Value City Furniture.
Steak? I thought we were on a budget.
I can't eat another fish stick.
I hear you. How about a vacation?
I thought we were on a budget.
If we book on Allegiant, we can totally afford it. The sun, the surf, we all deserve a break. Listen to your wallet.
Kids all set?
Yeah. What should I order? It's so beautiful here. I love the sun. The weather is perfect. My tan looks amazing.
Ready to eat?
Listen to your wallet and visit Allegiant.com now.
Give us 5 minutes to make your life easier. MomsEveryday.com.
Think for a moment. You don't think twice about having your eyes tested, but what about your hearing? Hi, I'm Marcia Mattingly. At Beltone, we've helped thousands of people lead richer, fuller lives by showing them that they can hear the way they should. At Beltone, a free hearing test can determine if you need hearing help. Call now. You have everything to gain. 50 years and 3 generations serving the tri-state with the most trusted name in hearing aids, Beltone.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you, like WKYT on Facebook.
And welcome back to Rupp Arena, everybody, where Kentucky is getting ready to take on Tennessee. The Cats looking for their 4th consecutive victory, and it would be their 35th in a row here on the home court. Not easy for a visiting team to come in here and play in Rupp Arena. Now, coming off the win down at South Carolina, the Cats are playing really as well as they have all season long. And it's been pretty much Tyler Eulis and Jamal Murray leading the way. Eulis getting more national attention. Cal believes he should be considered for National Player of the Year. But Murray has also been tremendous. Calipari compares him to Eric Bledsoe, and he says there's no way he takes a backseat to Tyler.
It's not really a backseat. I mean, this kid's probably one of the leading scorers in the country. That's a heck of a backseat. Can I jump in there with you? He is probably playing a lot like Eric Bledsoe played when he played with John Wall. I can remember Eric getting 32 against Wake Forest in the NCAA tournament. You know, they play off each other. One game one does it, one game the other does it. He's still playing in pick and rolls. He's playing as a scoring guard, which is helping him. The whole thing is not the position, it's your decision making.
Calipari has a lot of respect for Tennessee coach Rick Barnes, who is in his first season in Knoxville. Since beating Kentucky, the Vols have lost 2 of their last 3, the last one to Missouri. Barnes says his players are just shooting it too quick.
When you're going 1-pass threes early in the game, those guys almost have to be like 45% three-point shooters, because we're like 10-1 when we get to the foul line more than our opponent. You can't get to the foul line making plays like that. And we want all guys to shoot the ball when they're open in the rhythm, but they have to understand the possession.
And they will be tipping it off in just over an hour. Cats and the Vols tonight here in Rupp. It is set for 7 o'clock on ESPN. You know, it is one of those rare nights that the UK men and the UK women will be playing on the same night and at the same time. The UK women are down at Mississippi State tonight playing in Starkville. Coach Matthew Mitchell had made defense a priority over the past couple of weeks. He says his young team is still learning how to play until the play is over.
In this particular game, you just have to play the whole possession, because the possession's not over when they shoot the ball. The possession's only over if you get the ball, because they're a great offensive rebounding team. So, you know, that's we'll always be stressing the details with them, but there is definitely an element for our young team to just keep playing until the play's over. Then you can kind of think about what just happened.
And coming up in the next half hour, more from John Calipari, and Isaiah Briscoe talks about working on his shot. Stay with us now as we continue here on WKYT. We'll be back after the break.